Hello everyone. In today's lecture, I will cover chapter number 4, the AC analysis of BJT circuit and small signal amplifier. First of all, the question arises: what is the requirement of AC analysis? Through the analysis, we can check what are the AC characteristic of BJT. A word that is amplifier. What do you mean by amplifier? Amplifier which convert small signal into largest form, weak signal into strongest form. Amplification is a process of magnifying input signal without changing its shape. The electronic circuit which amplifies a small signal is known as amplifier. In amplifier, there are two basic words used. It is input signal and load. Input signal is the alternating AC signal to be amplified. The input signal is a low level AC voltage obtained from the source such as photographic cartridge, microphone or transducer. What is load? Is output load can be loudspeaker in audio amplifier or relay in a control application. So after amplifier, we will discuss what is the block diagram of amplifier. In the figure you can see this is the input signal, input resistance, this is the amplifier. Here we are using voltage amplifier, this is the load. For that, some impedance characteristic we have to learn. Through characteristic we can define which type of amplifier is perfect for particular application. So first parameter is voltage gain or current gain. You already know the voltage gain is the ratio of output voltage to input voltage. Current is output current to the input current. Another parameter is input resistance. It is a resistance seen looking into the input terminal of amplifier. This is denoted by Zi. So Zi should be ideally infinite and practically it should be as large as possible. Another parameter is output resistance. It is denoted by RO. It is a resistance seen looking into the output terminal from this side, from the output side of the terminal of an amplifier. RO should be ideally equal to 0 and practically it should be as small as possible. And last parameter is power gain. It is denoted by AP. It is the ratio of output power to input power. These are through these parameters we can finalize our exit amplifier. Next topic is base bias C amplifier. In the figure you can see two different circuit. One is a base bias circuit which is pure DC and another is AC amplifier. The difference between these two figures, here the additional components are C1, C2 coupling capacitance and the AC source added in this input side. Only this difference between these two circuits. This is a pure DC and this is a AC. This is a base bias amplifier. Here in the last figure I have already told you C1 and C2 are coupling capacitance. So we will discuss what is coupling. What do you mean by coupling capacitance? In the exam many times ask the questions coupling capacitance and bypass capacitance. So first coupling capacitor. The capacitor C1 and C2 are coupling capacitor. Consider the figure. which shown below to understand the concept of coupling capacitance. Basic questions you already know. Xc equal to coupling reactance, X equal to 1 by 2 pi Fc. For DC signal, F is equal to 0. So Xc, from this equation, X equal to infinity. So we can say that the capacitor will block the DC and transmit AC voltage. When frequency of AC signal is high, the capacitive reactance is so small that it passes almost all the input voltage as it is to be to the resistance. So when capacitance is used in this way, means in AC signal, it called as a coupling capacitance, because it's couple AC input to the resistor. The coupling capacitance to work properly with this condition, Xc less than 0.1 R. It means at the lowest signal frequency of AC source, capacitive reactance should be at least 10 times smaller as compared to R. Next, the circuit components and their functions. Here you can see the simple amplifier circuit. In that, we will discuss different components and what are their functions. The figure you can see the R1 and R2 and RE are used for. Here R1, R2 and RE, that already you have learned in the last chapter, chapter number 2. These are biasing resistance, because for operating the transistor we have to use active region. This type of, from the figure you can see, this is a voltage divider biasing circuit. So one by one we will learn which are the different components and which are their function. First component is input coupling capacitance. From the figure here, input coupling capacitance is C1. The input coupling capacitance C1 is used for coupling AC input voltage Vi to the base of transistor. As capacitor block DC, this capacitor help to block any DC components present in Vi and couple only AC components of input signal. Another component is output coupling capacitance. From the figure, it is C2. These capacitance couple the amplifier output to the load resistance or to the next stage of the amplifier. It is used for blocking DC part and passing only AC part of the amplifier signal to the load. Another component is bypass capacitance. The most important definition, what is bypass capacitance? It offers low reactance to the amplifier AC signal. So emitter resistance RE, the figure you can see, it is parallelly connected with RE, emitter resistance. Get biased through CE for only AC signal. This will increase the voltage gain of amplifier. It acts as an open circuit for DC voltage and does not bypass RE for DC condition. These are the different components. Now, what is the operation of base bias amplifier? This is another topic. When AC input signal is absent, the value of DC base current of transistor is IBQ, which is known as a quiescent. Q stands for quiescent point base current. That already we have discussed in chapter number 2. Q stands for quiescent point. Corresponding to IBQ, a quiescent DC collector ICQ also follow through the transistor, because the quotient IC is equal to beta DC IB and collector emitter voltage is VCEQ. This happen because transistor is based on the active region. As IB increase, IC also increase. This is the operation Here finally we will draw the waveform. Through waveform it will be clear. As IB is increased, VC is also increased. As per the equation, IC is equal to beta DC IB. IC and IB are in phase, but IC is magnified version of the IB. It varies above and below its Q point value ICQ. This varies IC pass through the collector resistor to produce a varying voltage drop ICRC across it. This voltage drop ICRC is in phase with the collector and base current. The collector voltage is given from the figure. You can see VC is equal to VCC minus ICRC. From the equations, VC equal to minus ICRC. So with increasing ICRC, VC will be reduced. So till the operation I will shown through figure, through the waveform. This is the AC input. This is a base current varying above and below the Q point. This is IBQ. IC is magnified, shown through the waveform, because IC is equal to beta IB. The collector current varying above and below the Q point. Collector current is ICQ. It is magnified because of beta, amplification factor. Another parameter is VRC is equal to ICRC, the drop across collector reverse the collector resistance RC. And at last I have told the collector voltage is then coupled to the load through C2. It is block DC part of VC and LO only AC part. So we will get inverted VC, collector voltage VC equal to VCC minus ICRC. With increasing ICRC, VC will be reducing, so we will get reverse voltage. There is a 180 phase shift between output and input, or output is said to be inverted. So this is a VC inverted voltage. At last, the collector voltage is then coupled to the load through C2. It will block DC part of VC and LO only AC part. So here DC level are reduced to 0. So at the end we are getting this kind of the signal. This is a 180 phase shift between VO and VI. Next topic is working of amplifier with the help of DC load line. The Q point should not be close to cutoff. It should not be close to saturation. So the Q point should be located at the center of DC load line, so that variation in the amplifier voltage is equal, corresponding to positive and negative half cycle of the input. So amplifier signal will be exactly replica of the input signal. From the figure you can see the Q point at the center. These are the coordinate of Q point. What are the effect of Q point position? From the two different cases you can see the effect of Q point close to cutoff. Here it is near to cutoff. Due to this positive half cycle of the output voltage get distorted. And in another, the effect of Q point close to saturation. Here the negative half is distorted. So in both the cases we are not getting proper signal. So till the lecture I have covered what are the operation, what are the waveform of amplifier. The next lecture I will continue with C amplifier. Thank you.